What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Alma, Missouri. Today is November, and we do have eggs at the best price possible right now. We don't have 1,000, but we're gonna send this 836 to, I believe, the bakery to get them sold. I think that's the best place. Let's double check. Yeah, it will be the bakery today. But as we head into winter here, we're gonna have a lot to take care of, a good amount of things to sell. We have one more cut of the grass that we are wanting to do. So today we'll definitely get that going. We need to start thinking about lime. So we have $43,000 now. Money's gonna start coming in. Again, the tentative goal is to have enough money to buy the ketchup production when everything's all said and done, but taking care of the existing fields and the animals will be the top priority before expanding. Let's see how it unfolds today. All righty, we are at the location. Let's get a little bit of cash from this. I know next year when we start selling all these goods is when we're really gonna see a profit. There's $3,500, that will help. We're close to the store. We need a trailer. We're gonna need a trailer for all these pallets. All right, let's go see what we bought. $17,750, and it's gonna match most of our equipment. Let's make sure it has straps, 'cause I don't think I've used this mod before. No straps, huh? That's, no, let's sell it. Okay, we tried. We're gonna go with the farm tech. All right, that's all sorted out. I gave myself money back for buying that. I thought it had straps. I think I might have done that before in the past now, so we know. Didn't want to go with the same farm tech. I need to add more trailers to my mod pack so we have more options. But this just is the perfect flatbed trailer. Or it's not a flatbed, but it's a perfect trailer. So while we're driving back, we can talk about our plans for... No one saw that. We're fine. We're fine. Nothing happened. Let's cruise around the neighborhood. Talking about our plans for November, and we've talked about doing more hay and not worrying about TMR, so we didn't necessarily need silage, but I think that might be a mistake. We are producing milk, and I do know that we can produce more milk if we feed the cattle TMR. So I think what we're gonna do is make silage today. If we run out of hay, as we've talked in the last few episodes, we have plenty of areas of grass, especially over the winter, that we could cut. So I think that's the best approach, and we'll start feeding the cattle only TMR moving forward. Milk production is going to be a huge part of our income. That's what we got to do. Man, I love that this is a dirt road right here. I don't think it was last time around. I'm loving everything I'm seeing from this map so far. Lots of our farmers around here have been putting lime down, getting ready for the next planting season. But we will get the 8R ready to do the cutting, and we'll have them mowed in swath dropping, and then just have to do the baling real quick, so it'll help a ton. But you can see right here is our mad plan for income. Coming in nice. We got a couple more months for these to be populated, and let's see how water is here. 33,000, so we should be good for the day. Let's go ahead and get in the John Deere 8R. And you know what? We got to clean all this stuff up first. We got to do it. Supposed to do it before the episode started. We missed out on that. Let's take care of our stuff. So we won't need the rake today with the way we're gonna do this. So we can't put the rest of this equipment away after cleaning it off. 2% damage on the harvester, 1% on the header. I think we'll be good for a couple years since we're doing a good job taking care of it. Shouldn't have to worry about maintenance this year on the harvester. Let's get this put away. I think we'll drop the header about right there and just sneak this right about there for now. All right, so next is the 8R and the seeder. And we'll want to get the seeder put away because we won't be using that for a few months. The other thing that I realize is I don't believe we have a cultivator. So we're going to have to get something to be able to tear up the soil where the oilseed radish is so we can get that bonus. I don't believe using a direct drill, which we could test, but I don't believe that'll give us the 50%. I'm waiting for comments on that. We won't be planting in today's episode. All right, does this need sprayed? It does, all right. Turn in a new leaf here. Turn in a new leaf? Turn in a new page. I don't know the saying. But we're taking care of our equipment. That's what I'm trying to say. Still not a second milk jug over there for the goats. So I don't know how much income that's going to bring us. We'll need to check the feed on all the animals. And we'll probably want to do that before we get started on planting or on cutting today. Squeeze it by this planter here. Nice. Not bad. It looks like that is our workshop as well. When we need to do repairs, we can do it there. So let's go ahead and get hooked up to the mowers. We'll drop the front weight so we can use this tractor on it this time. And we will check the feed before getting that started, though. All right, that can go there for now. And what happened to our front mower here? Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, manure's starting to pile up. That's good. What do we have over here? 10,000. All right. And then in here, we're looking at straws, fine. Manures, yeah, we talked about that. Food at 22,000, so they're good for now. 2,000 milk already. That's glorious. And over here, 618. This isn't completely full yet. Feed is completely fine here. And we do have our horse helper today started, so we should see them being in good fitness here soon. 12,000 feed still. I think they're fine. Maturity's up to 13%. Cleanliness, riding, fitness is all at 100%. Things are working good there. All right, heading out to the grass field. In the lost episode, that would have been episode 2, we did do a little bit of slurry, but we just didn't have much. So let's show the map so you can see this fertilizer setup here. Our situation. Yep, just the outside. That's all the slurry we had. We rented something and it was a mistake. Wide spreading's not what we want. Let's do Control Y. Swath dropping, perfect. All right, let's get the steering assist all set up. 2 headlands make sense to me. And then lock in, get them both lowered. And let's get this mowing session started. Yep, both did start, perfect. And yeah, we'll turn this into silage, so we'll get the baler out here that has the wrapper attached to it. So it should just be a 2-step process here. A lot quicker than making hay. But we will need to make hay sooner than later. Maybe in December or January, we will do that with the yards around the silo. And we'll have plenty of goods. And, you know, keeping the animals fed, because that's going to be our main source of income, is the products that the animals are producing. I'm loving this playthrough, guys. Hope you're enjoying it too. Let's get this done. We got the headlands all done here, and we're going to start doing the ups and downs. And this little area is a little confusing here. I should have used follow me, and to be completely honest, I forgot we had it. But it's also one of those things where when you have a lot of tasks to do for the day, it makes more sense for me to use it than today. Our main task is cutting the grass, so doing it in 2 phases isn't really going to hurt us because we have nothing else to do. So I don't mind doing the baling myself on those type of days. Oh, ups and downs should be pretty quick. 14 miles an hour is not bad with this setup. And not having to rake it saves us a ton of time. What a great setup. I love it. Let's get it done. So we have to keep in mind we're still getting a reduced yield on this field. It needs lime treatment, and it was pretty much only 50% fertilized. So hopefully we can figure out finances between now and when it starts growing in the spring to get the lime spread and the fertilizer applied, so we can really start making maximum silage out of this field, and eventually we might make enough to have a lot left over to where we can make some money off of it. But again, our priority is going to be getting the animals fed. Not the big priority is not going to be making money off of the silage. Get these all folded up. Let's go get them taken care of and cleaned up, and then we'll get the baler attached and start making those bales and getting them wrapped. Cover crops are looking good in both fields. Good stuff. Oh yeah, this back mower got filthy. All right, let's get started here. I kind of tempted to do the ups and downs first. It seems like the best way to keep the bales out of the way while we do this process. So I think we will do that this time and see how it goes. See if we like that better. But filling up pretty quick here, almost a full bale already. Love the results of that. Let's make sure this is all configured correctly. It should start wrapping here. And it did not. All right, let's stop for a second. Let's make sure we get this set up correctly. We want Control-Alt. And then we should be able to just throw this one back up here since we made that mistake. And it will wrap it perfect. Try not to abuse super strength on this playthrough, but every once in a while we'll do little things like that based off of me making silly mistakes. And unloading is set up, so we could have continued, but we are all set up now. And while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and reset the bale counter so we can get somewhat of an idea of our bales. I always forget the buttons for that too. Alt X. So 92 total, and one of those 92 is a part of this harvest, so we know we'll just add 1 to that number when we're done. Okay, so the thing I don't like about doing the ups and downs is when we turn around, we are picking up part of the headlands, and it seems like we're constantly filling up at that point. So it's just that awkward part of the pass to be stopping to unload the bale. So I think I might do the headlands moving forward again first. And just about finishing up the ups and downs here. This has been a process. We have 43 bales already, so I think this silage is going to last us a good amount of time, and we'll definitely be okay with doing hay next time. It's just a matter of, will the hay we have already last? So yeah, we'll get a good amount of bales on the headlands as well, and I'll report back when we get finished. I think we're definitely going to get a course set up to do this next time. I don't enjoy. Not a bad result here. We're working on our 68th bale. Well done. Yeah, 68 is what we're going to end up with here. And I think it must have had 0 fertilization on the first time that we cut this, which is interesting for grass, but I feel like that's way more bales than we had last time. Good result though, happy with it. Kind of interested to see if we're gonna, how long that hay is gonna last us. We'll probably go silage heavy for the first few times that we make TMR, until we have a good amount of hay. And we hopped in the case to grab these bales off the field, and we're gonna we'll get them in here somehow. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna stack them yet, but we'll worry about that after we pick them up. Okay, so that's not gonna fit through that door. I was hoping it would. Dang, that sucks. That's okay though, we'll adjust. And time to pick up all the bales. Just cruise around here. I love this. You know, I'm gonna use this instead of the autoloader. I mean, this is an autoloader, but this is a legit one, like a real life autoloader. So I don't know, playing a little bit more realistic on this playthrough. Not completely, just a little bit more than normal. All right, first load all full here, 24. So we'll have to be doing this 3 times. Let's get that up so we don't run into any. And we'll try to sneak in there and stack these or unload them intelligently so they're easy to access once they do ferment. Though having to use the big door, gonna make this a little bit more challenging. I think what I'm gonna do is go up about right here, and then we're gonna grab the other John Deere to move the feed mixer out of the way. I think that's the big issue we're running into right now. Should be able to sneak in here. Not bad, okay. Didn't want to grab any of those bales. Yeah, I think straw is gonna be an issue eventually too. Can we empty this? Because that's gonna be needed. Not quite. Okay, so there'll be a little bit of straw left over in here, but not too much of a concern. I think that'll do for now. And I think that will do it. Pretty good job for the first one. Gosh, let me see what we're doing here. I'll have to Austin Powers out of here a little bit, but we should be able to handle it. All right, Let's go get the rest of them. Almost a third full trailer here. That's pretty nice. Let's see if we can strategically get over here without damaging these bales. I think we got it. I think we pulled that off. All right, so we'll go about right here, start unloading it. Not bad. Long day's worth of work. It's already 1400, 2 o'clock already. Wow, these unloaded. Definitely got a lot more bales than we did with the hay. Works for me. I think I am gonna back it up to this little spot, and this will be its home moving forward. Nice little spot for that trailer, actually. That's sweet. All right, just got a few things to move around here and make sure the feed and everything is still good with all of the animals. Let's grab this pallet here. So wool's not producing super fast, and neither is the goat milk, which is okay. Just keeping an eye on everything, making sure things are going good. A couple months' time, we'll have to put everything on the trailer and get it sold. So that's taken care of, and hopefully by tomorrow we'll have another milk jug over here populated. All right, let's see. Feed over here should be good still. Where's our icons? Come on. 25,000. All right, we're good there. I think the horses were the ones that I think were the closest. 12,000 still. Okay, they're still good. So we might have plenty of hay. We need that silage to ferment so we can start feeding them that. And we have enough hay right now for the cows to get through the night. The only thing really to check on are the chickens here. Yeah, no cultivator on this farm. All right. We have a lot of expenses. We might not be buying the ketchup production this first year. Oh, yeah, they're barely going through this feed. We can sell most of that wheat, I think. All right, I think we will get through at least one more month here in the winter in this episode. All right, double checking the used market just in case. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. All right, let's take a look here. Feed for, yeah, plenty of hay still. Oh, we could do manure for the horses. Interesting. Still good with the chickens. 9,000, so that'll be good. We'll make some TMR today for them. Sheep are still good as well as, yeah, we knew the horses. All right, what about time-saving stock check here? Lettuce is close. Milk's on its way up again, but it's way below max price. It's not far off max price, actually. So maybe we get a little bit of cash from that. We missed the goat milk. Yeah, still not 1,000. That's fine. Max prices aren't bad for eggs either. Corn is making its way up there. Wool will be all the way in May, so we have a while to save that. January for the wheat, but it looks like it's heading down. Interesting. Let's go to this view over here for the wheat. It says it's going to peak still. Interesting. Okay, let's get the trailer set up. I think we will put the eggs on there. And then, oh man, we can't pull the milk at the same time. Yeah, I guess we'll do another run to the and sell the eggs here. I just gonna maximize our income here. It's not that much though. Maybe we just let this build up. We'll just let it build up. Let's learn a little bit about the horses. Let's see how that mod is doing. So fitness is at 100%. Daily riding still low. We'll check that later today, but that seems like it's doing the trick. That's pretty sweet. All right, we spent up a little bit of time getting some of this silage all prepped. Let's go ahead and slow it down now. And we'll grab the John Deere. We're gonna start making some mixes here, at least one, and try to learn a little bit about how many bales of each we're gonna need. So what I think I do want to start with is, let's grab, are all these silage? Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and open those two, and we'll grab those to begin with. And I don't know how we're going to strategically do that, but we'll figure it out. We'll just do one at a time. Oh, the collisions. Come on. And we'll drop that in. Seems like, oh yeah, I can open that up. So it's taking it. That might be the safe way to do it. And then, yeah, we'll do two. If we mess up, we mess up. Go ahead and drop that, and then we'll need to sneak out. Ah, this collision, come on. Grab a couple hay bales. We'll do one for now and see how close that gets us. I don't remember the equation we were using on the $5 million challenge. I think it was the same mixer. But let's see when we drop this in. Like I said, we want to go pretty soft on the hay. I mean, so there's a good mixture right there. So that put it at about 50-50. Interesting. The hay bales must be a larger capacity, and that's only at 37%. Interesting. All right, let's grab yeah, we'll do a handful of these, I guess. And while we're out there, I will grab one more hay bale. So we'll do 2 to 4 ratio right now. I mean, hay is more expensive to make, right? Like, we have to do 4 steps instead of 2 steps. It's interesting. Interesting stuff, because you'd think the thing that's more expensive to make would cost more when you sell it. All right, let's grab this other one here. We missed. Tilts it a little bit. Sneak her in there. And then that should still be a good mixture. Go with another one as well here. Yeah, these are 3,500, and I think the hay bales were what, 5,000? Oop, oop. Oh, jeez. Where did it go? Did it just fall through the map? Oh, it went into the... Oh, gosh. All right, I'm going to do it this way real quick. I just want to see. So we have silage in... I don't like that you can just put silage in here. Unless it'll... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. So that's still only... What is this? Mixer holds a lot. Wow. All right. I'm going to finish this up, and then we will show you what we did. So I think we have... Like, the math isn't adding up. Most of the silage, I think, dropped in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just feed them all of this TMR, and we're not going to do the mixes in the barn anymore. Even though I was putting it in the mixer, it was still being taken by the actual barn here. So let's shut this off for now. I think we're good for feed for a while, especially with all that silage in there. I don't know how that's going to play out, but a total capacity of 49,000 here. Hopefully that produces milk a lot faster. So how are things looking? Total time-saving stock check. Time-saving stock check. Corn's getting close. I think we're going to make it January and do a decent amount of selling here. And that's how we'll end today's episode. I think that's the plan. Telehandler would be nice. No money, though. All right. Time-saving stock check. Like all of these things that are good in January, we're going to want to sell right now. Seeing that corn is on its way down, we will start with that. All right. Let's start filling it up. 90,000 liters. So I think this will be 3 trips. Let's see where we're going with this. Why is the corn... There it is. Let's go ahead and tag. We're going to the corn dryer. All right, here we go. Enjoy. We have arrived with the final load of corn. 13,000 more liters to go in here, so this should be, about $20-some thousand still. Let's get that dropped off, and we're gonna have to, we're gonna sell everything else that we can today, but we're gonna have to prep those fields before we make a decision on the ketchup production. Not having the cultivator was kind of a, a mistake by me. Overlooked that. So that's going to be somewhat of a hindrance to our plans, but I think we'll get by. We still got a good amount of money to make today, so let's go back and load the trailer with as much goods as we can that are pallets. We'll do that next. And then we got to figure out exactly how much of that wheat we want to sell and how much we want to keep. It's a long drive. The good thing is the slurry and manure are growing really well. So we might be holding off year 1. We might use this year to just get all the equipment we need. And then year 2, focus on the ketchup production, and at some point in the middle of this year, this calendar year, we'll probably switch to start producing tomatoes so we can start building a backlog of those for when we do get the production. Flying by the seat of our pants here, making decisions as we go. We'll figure out the best thing for this farm. We'll get there. A semi with a bigger trailer is going to be needed long term to help us out so we don't have to do as many trips too. Let's get this in a decent spot to help us load these. We'll just straighten it out here. That should be good. I think pretty much everything but the fabric's getting sold right now today, so we'll grab these while we're over here. We know this one's full. We can grab that one. I don't know if we're brave enough to stack these. No, that was not smooth. Let's adjust my view just a hair there. And we'll see. We'll take them over there. It's not going to be the best stacking job, but it should work. Would love a mod to add some straps to pallet forks so that doesn't happen. Oh boy. I think that set it up in a way that we can grab both of these though. Yeah, that works. That's the way to do it. That's pretty nice. And we'll start stacking them in the front of the trailer for now, and then work our way back with the lettuce. Let's see how we're looking here. That's a good view. Let go, man. And that's the biggest problem I have with doing these myself is just like, things just don't like to let go of these pallet forks. And that's why I like to use the auto-loading trailers, because I struggle with it. All right, those are strapped in. Let's work our way around to get the lettuce. Any more? Yes, there is. Perfect. All right, let's bust this out. All right, we're heading in with everything. Not 100% sure where we're headed, but we're going to go to a bale sailing station for the lettuce, apparently. Got to take these turns nice and slow so we don't tip this over, but, you know, 15,000 liters of lettuce, 1,200 liters of goat milk, and 900 eggs. So we'll see what money we bring in. The only other thing I really want to sell today is the wheat and the regular milk. Okay, I think we found the place. Looks like there's a basketball court over here, too. That's sweet. All right, let's go ahead. I think this is where the lettuce is going to sell. I thought it said so. It must have lied to me. Look at this. Oh, that's hay. Oh boy. Okay, so the supermarket we go. I thought that was weird. All right, now we should get a decent dollar amount here. The eggs did sell as well. 53,000. So we're at 207. Oh, I forgot I unstrapped. All right, where's this going? Goat milk. We want to tag the dairy. Across the street. Perfect. And just a little bit of cash here. Another 10 grand. That's actually a pretty good chunk there. 218 is where we're sitting. So about $68,000 cushion before buying the ketchup factory. And we might pull it off. We'll find out next episode, though. We're going to go back. We're going to get all of the milk filled up, get that sold, and get one trailer of wheat sold. You know, I was surprised that milk's still at a pretty good price. It's like $1 less than max right now at the dairy. So yeah, it would make sense to sell everything that we have here, which is about 7,000 liters. So that'll be good. Be good cash right here. And I think we're going to utilize Follow Me this time to make this our last trip. I think that'll work good. All right, let's back up here, get this hooked up, and we'll grab, yep, a whole thing of wheat. Well, that'll leave us about 20,000 liters for the chickens, which I think is more than enough. And where's the wheat going? We're gonna go to Marshall. I don't know if that's gonna be worth it. We might do it though. But I think that's still gonna be towards the area we're going. And we're gonna switch tractors as well, I think. Let's just do that now. The case is probably quicker, but we'll just go with this setup here. Now we'll jump back here, and I don't remember the buttons still. Right control and F. We'll let that get locked in, and then we can switch here now. And they should just follow us. There they go. All right, let's head that way. Beautiful. I love Follow Me. What a nice mod. All right, so we should stop here and then drop off the milk. And then I believe the train station's right next to us right here. So that's 16 grand. That's nice. That's nice. Grain selling points. Grain West selling points. So I think we want to pull to that second one. Well, let's drive through here. Go real careful with it so Follow Me can make it. And then, yeah, we'll squeeze right through here. And I will stop. Oh, run into a tree. That was just about perfect. All right. Is this going to work, though? Maybe the train doesn't work. Like, I can't dump it. Not getting the indicator. Oh, I think I know. I believe we drop it here and then call the train. And that's when we grab stuff from the train or from here if we wanted to take it back. So yeah, let's drop the wheat, and the money should not go up. Perfect. All right, so let's find where we call the train from, and I believe it's right here. Oh, there it is. Hurry, 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 hurry. Oh, we missed it. I don't have... Where do we call the train from? Will it back up for us? I think it's right here. Are you going to stop? I think you're slowing down. Yes, here comes the train. Beautiful. And I did send that back. I don't know what they're waiting for, but I tried to get a worker to go back home, and they're just going to eat our money at this point. So let's just stop it. All right. Using the train. And I think we're probably going to want to just back up. Would be the quickest way to sell this, I imagine. So let's go ahead. We are on this first. Yeah, it opened up for us. Beautiful. So 38,000 liters of wheat getting sold. Should be around, I guess, $50,000. All right, let's back it on up. Oh, yeah, the map ends right here. That's perfect. And we fell through the map. $46,000. Oh, I think this is the way we're going to end it, though. Just falling, saying goodbye. I'm Socks Way Up. I'll catch you on the next episode.